Hey scrappers, if you're looking to figure out what materials you should sell this week or hold this week, now is the time to do it. Our weekly report is going to give you that information, up-to-date market news, pricing. Let's get right into it and we'll talk about it inside. Scrappers, Tom here, and it is Wednesday, September 27th. Fast approaching the end of the third quarter, moving into the fourth quarter of 2023, and you know it's been a very funny year to say the least. You know, we've had markets that had they hit $4. We had markets that traded down to 320. We're kind of in the middle right now and decreasing a little bit, which is really kind of what we've been saying for the last few months. You know, I want to be as optimistic as possible, as often as possible. But when markets dictate very flat line, you know, that's the message that we want to share. We want to share the markets are kind of flat. You know, that's just what it is. But, you know, when you have markets that are like that, there are still opportunities for you to make money with. You know, we have all of our videos that we post on YouTube. And if you haven't checked it out, you check our YouTube videos out. Not only do we show you how to take things apart, we also show you what to make more money with. And if you're a YouTube member, you get even more videos sent to you when we get different market alerts. You know, we sent a video out to members last week talking about some of the stainless prices, which is what I'll talk about now, but it gave them a 4 or 5 day jump if they wanted to sell before the markets went down more. So let's lead with the nickel prices right now. Nickel has now 4 days in a row. Stainless steel prices, which is based on the nickel market, has gone down to 52-week lows. So when we pull up stainless steel prices here and we see 26 cents as a national average, that is the number. 26, 28, 30 cents a pound. Those are kind of the numbers we're seeing. We'll pull up some numbers here from the last few days, 30 cents, 29, 30. You know, that's where the markets are. And nickel is a funny metal because nickel is being used heavily in the EV battery industry, but they haven't found a way to really maximize it because you need to combine nickel with other metals. Now, when we're looking at stainless steel prices, because they're based on nickel prices, you know, you look at these markets, we're not seeing anything strong. And I have a very strong sell on all stainless products right now because I don't see the market picking up for the balance of 2023. I don't see stainless prices increasing. I don't see nickel prices having a big turnaround. I don't hear any problems that are going to be solved. It's really just a market issue. And what I'm starting to see right now is people talking about what's going on with all the commodities that are out there because there's no large development going on. There's high interest rates that look to be around for the next 15 to 18 months, right through the presidential election. We have 2023 rolling into 2024, which is a presidential year. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff, but those nickel prices and stainless, get rid of them. If you looked at my yard, I have about 500 pounds of stainless and it probably came in the door yesterday. But what I also have is this awesome shirt. I scrap back and I'll do a quick turn. I have one speed hustle. I think you can see it. Maybe. We have these are running out in a couple of weeks. So if you're looking to get a cool eye scrap shirt, all types of sizes from, you know, small to those big X sizes, those big and tall sizes, we got them all because we need them at the scrap yard too. So check that out if you're looking for some gear, phone cases, hats, stuff like that. Let's talk about copper prices. Copper has not been a fun, you know, commodity the last week. We've now seen prices go down about 22 cents at last check since we spoke last week. I don't see those prices improving either. I don't know why some of the prices were and are as high as they've been outside of like third-party traders, because the London Metal Exchange tracks, you know, inventories of copper. They have inventories of copper at like 1.5 year highs. So what does that mean? Every single week, more copper is going into the inventory. That means there's a lot of stuff out there. And if the inventory is growing, what does that mean? Demand is waning. So if the demand for copper is going down, the price is going to go down. This is very simple math here. Copper is another item that I have as a hard sell. We have a 2 to 3 day turnover at my scrapyard right now for copper and brass products. That's what we really try to focus on moving. And if you've been holding on to stuff and you don't need the money, by all means continue, right? Who am I to tell you what to do? But if you were to say to me, Tom, what do you think is going on with the markets? These red prices on this chart, this $3 per pound Bear Bright price, you look at some of the prices here, 301, 301, 312, $3, 320, 354. But these are prices that are going to quickly go down. 354 is probably a trading number. Someone probably put the wrong number in for that Bear Bright price because that's a no make money number. But if you look at the other ones, that's where it is. My scrapyard dropped 10 cents last week. We're going to fix that steel price. We dropped 10 cents last week and we're dropping again. We just see markets continuing to decline day after day, and it's just not looking very strong for copper. So copper wire, brass, bronze, all those items I would really get rid of. If we can pull up some of the yellow brass prices in a second, I'll show you just some of the yellow brass numbers just to echo what I'm saying on the copper side of things. Copper is going down. Brass is going down. If we look at yellow brass now below $2 per pound on average, you can see some of the prices here: 206, 183, 165, 182, 170, 217, 220. These numbers are going down. These are just more numbers that are going to be dropping. And I expect to see yellow brass down 10 cents within 2 weeks from today, because sometimes the scrapyards will keep the prices a little longer, hoping that there is a quick market uptick. But right now, I just don't see any uptick happening. There are talks of some strikes happening in South America. And if that happens, we might see a quick increase to the copper prices. And that's why tuning in and having the app on your phone or going to the website every day helps you, because you get to see what the prices are. So if you don't have the iScrap app on your, maybe you got that new iPhone or a Droid or something like that. If you don't have the app, you should. We have, all of our prices from reported prices from users like yourself are on there. So you can see where the markets are. You can report prices that you've had yourself. So, just check out what's going on with the app itself. Not only can you find scrapyards near you, but you can see other people's prices. It's a really good tool for all of those things. Now, let's talk about some of the metal markets in the last week, some of the ones that kind of get looked at from traders. One of the main ones is gold. In the last week, we've seen gold down 2.5%. And I know people aren't buying and selling gold bars in the scrap yards, right? But why I talk about that is really more of a consumer confidence level. When I see gold prices dipping and they're very close to going below $1,900, I just don't think that we're going to have a lot of strong other commodity prices. Sometimes you'll see gold prices go up when the dollar is getting weak, but the dollar is getting a little strong. Gold prices are going down. Of course, that's going to affect your electronic scrap, but it's also a bigger kind of market news on commodity prices and metal prices specifically, on what's going on, kind of a bellwether, if you will. And then gold kind of flows into platinum and palladium and rhodium, and that brings us into catalytic inverters. And those markets are continuing to flatline. I mean, I'm looking here: platinum down 3.5%, palladium down 2%, and rhodium down 1.5%. So we have catalytic converter prices that were up to $85 per cat. Now they're back down to like $82 or $83 on average. And those prices aren't going anywhere. I'm now, what are we, 6 months into prices being low, right? But 3 or 4 consecutive months with prices being low. And what we're seeing at rrcats.com is many people that were holding on to their cats are now moving them, because they don't want to hold on to these because there's no market uptick. There's been no sign of life on the catalytic inverter side. So if you're looking to get prices on catalytic inverters, contact the team at rrcats.com. You get a free 10-day price lock guarantee. You get free shipping on OEM cats. And in the month of September, we have no PayPal fees for all orders over $200. So, you send us over $200 in cat and OEM cats, we waive the PayPal fees this month. So it's really nice. It gives you flexibility for shipping, and it gives you the ability to lock in prices, which very few scrapyards will ever let you do on individual items. Think about it. If you called a scrapyard on Monday and said, I have 100 pounds of #1 tubing, Can you give me your best price? And they say it's $3 per pound. They're not holding that until Saturday, especially if the copper prices go down. But the team at RR Cats holds those prices for 10 business days, which gives you a long cycle to kind of get them in, get quotes, and then get them out. We've had a bunch of questions and a bunch of comments on our YouTube videos, and I just want to remind everyone that will be the last opportunity. In the next few days, we'll be filming the first week of October our auto series going over taking cars apart, the dismantling of vehicles. So if you do have any additional questions, even if it's been asked and you don't know it, please comment on this video, because we're going to be paying close attention to this, and we're going to be making, an 8 to 12 part series of how to properly take cars apart, the best methods, how you make money on them, things to avoid, and things that you may know about that allows you to really access, more money from scrap vehicles before just selling the vehicle to the junkyard. So we'll talk about that as well. We had a lot of people talking kind of about how the gas prices are really rough. And that's something that we briefly commented on this week, but we've now seen oil prices climbing in 5 or 6 consecutive weeks. And that looks to be building going into the month of October. I believe last month I had commented and talked about how Saudi Arabia and other countries are going to be tightening their supply into the market, which is pushing the prices up. And that's going to hurt, especially if you're on the side of the road, looking for scrap. That curbside scrap, that's such a big market for you scrappers. And believe it or not, when we have the pickups in my town, I take the dog for a walk. I'll drive my truck around the next morning. I'll pick up metal as well that I kind of see along the walk, because at the end of the day, I'm still a scrapper, right? But the gas prices are going to affect things. You have steel prices that are down. We saw steel prices down another $10 to $15 a ton. I see gas prices up. I see massive piles of steel when I go to these large scrap yards at the port in New Jersey. So they're moving material, but they have enough supply where they don't have to overly bid on steel prices right now. And that's one of the reasons that steel prices are continuing to decrease. High oil prices, lack of worldwide growth. So we've now seen in the last 2 or 3 weeks about $15 a ton coming off of those steel markets. And again, this is one of the rare weeks where I have my suggestions on selling or holding scrap. Every item today was a sell. Copper, brass, wire, stainless, regular steel, cast iron, everything, aluminum. Every single item I would get rid of right now. I think the prices are strong. I think going into the fourth quarter, we're going to start to see companies taking profits off the board. In the next 2 to 3 weeks, it's going to be really interesting, because companies like Apple, Walmart are going to start releasing their third quarter earnings. And why is that important to you, the scrapper? Because if their earnings start to get weak, that means that we might finally be seeing what they've been predicting in this pullback in the market. Now, the retailers have a little sign of life because Christmas is around the corner and, big money is going to flow out. But we see large credit card debt, we see high oil prices, and we see commodities starting to come down, which is bad. So while retailers might have a quick bump in the fourth quarter, what's going to happen on the auto side of things as the workers are continuing to strike and a lack of cars are being built in Detroit, in Michigan, and in other areas throughout the country? Those all use massive quantities of metal, aluminum, steel, platinum, copper, right? And if you're not building cars at many plants, you're going to start to see these numbers going down, and you're going to start to see problems in the coming months, and we might see more pullbacks. So if you're holding on to stuff, I take my own suggestions. I'm not just saying it. My yard is moving stuff as quickly as we can, because I just see big drops coming unexpectedly, opening the day 10, 15 cents down like we saw last Thursday. Thursday morning, no reason, no news, 12 cents down first thing in the morning when I woke up at 5 a.m. And that just continued throughout the day. So this is going to happen a few more times. I very highly recommend trying to find a yard that either offers specials on their copper like Rockaway Recycling does, or will lock in some prices for you. Maybe you have some weight that you can negotiate. Check out a bunch of our YouTube videos that we've made on negotiating with the scrapyard and really getting the best bang for your buck. And utilize the iScrap app, scrappers. Download the app, go to the website, check out other people's reported prices. That gives you the ability to make more money. That really does. So look at some of these items more closely. Comment on any of the videos with any questions. We always look at those weekly. Today is Wednesday, September 27th, 2023. We'll be doing our recording a day early next week. A day late. We'll be doing our weekly report on Thursday of next week because of scheduling conflicts. So look out for that. Check out any of our newsletters that you can subscribe to by going to our website. And until next week, I'll scrap you later.
Thanks for watching our video. For $2.99 a month, by becoming a member, you can get access to early videos, member-only videos, merchandise discounts from our store, and priority comments that we answer before answering any other scrappers. Click the link below to learn more. Until next time, scrap you later.